Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and more is picking up as the days go on, and lots is on the forefront. But for starters, we know North Korea's Kim Jong-Un told us yesterday that there was a big surprise for a bunch of supporters, and nobody really knew exactly what that surprise will be. Well, it turns out that it had a lot to do with an opening ceremony to a skyscraper. Yeah, thanks Kim Jong-un. Big surprise. Well, check out this report from www.cbc News in North Korea, which headlines why Pyongyang is using gleaming skyscrapers to show potential list of socialist Korea. You mean like communist style Korea socialism, which is the same as communist in my opinion, and your whole system sucks, Kim Jong-un, just so you know. But he's using this as a display of his economic strength despite the sanctions that are being held against him. But lo and behold, the big promise was the opening ceremony of a new skyscraper-lined street in Pyongyang. Interesting, to say the least. Now, let's get back to what's going on the World War front, or World War III front. What is going on? Well, I've got my chart up here. Still, we have America, China, North Korea, South Korea now, which they've kind of always been in on the action, but I've added them to the list, and we have Russia and Japan here as well. So for just a recap, we have China sending troops to the border. We have America sending military ships out in the water. We also have Japan sending military ships in the water as well to help back everything that's going. We have North Korea reportedly evacuating over 600,000. And now we have one more piece of the pie with South Korea. And that is 60,000. Why does everything gotta be in sixes? 600,000, 60,000, I don't know. Well, those are being evacuated from South Korea in light of tensions with America and North Korea and what's going on. But 600,000 is actually being evacuated by Japan. So Japan has evacuated 60,000 from South Korea there. So two evacuations taking place. Tensions with America and North Korea are continuing to rise. Well, check out some of these reports so you get an idea of what's happening there. The first one here is www.infowars.com, and it just kind of recaps on what I just showed you. And it's breaking: Japan preparing to evacuate 60,000 citizens from South Korea. That's the edition that I just added. Here is another report from www.infowars.com. titled "Trump, North Korea is a problem that will be taken care of. I authorize my military." Wow, pretty bold statement there from our president, but I think he's doing actions unlike a lot of presidents have done in our past. We know when Obama was president, he did nothing but go on a huge apology tour, and quite frankly, in my opinion, made America look very, very weak. I think Trump is trying to gain that back. Now, here's the other thing. That "I authorize my military" came after and during talks as well about the mother of all bombs, the Moab that was dropped there on ISIS in Afghanistan. And I have to say, if he's going after ISIS, I support him going after ISIS, being that he dropped the mother of all bombs. Now, I know there's many people talking on all fronts about this. Some are saying, oh, well, he needs to keep America in mind and stay out of what's going on over there. And others say, yeah, right on. He's doing what he needs to be doing, what he promised to do, and all of that. Well, I'm taking this side of it. Here's what I think. I think that he is having America at heart. He is following through with that order to protect America because ISIS threatens Americans every single day. Look, they work with our State Department, so if we can cut off the head of ISIS and Islamic terrorism, then we don't have to worry about that going on in that direction, but we have to cut it off somewhere. And so he sends the mother of all bombs, Moabs, there to take out that area. But here's what I believe also played a part in that is North Korea. Why would Donald Trump bomb ISIS there, and with such a huge bomb, the mother of all bombs. I think it's a show of force yet again for North Korea to say, look, if you screw with us here in America, we're gonna screw with you, and I mean what I say. Well, here's another report that I wanted you guys to see, and this one comes from www.commondreams.org. North Korea warns of thermonuclear war after Trump threatens to strike. The strike meaning he said earlier that he would, if North Korea were to send up that test, which I've already said this and I forgot to recap this part, but North Korea threatened and said, look, we're going to test our another sixth there, but they're going to do their 6th nuclear test. He's got all preparations. He's ready to go. He's acting at least like he's going to throw this launch up into the air and test it, or into the tunnels, if you will. He's going to test this sixth nuclear test, and he's threatening to do it. Well, Donald Trump says if you do that, and if you even so much as reach for the trigger, we are going to take it out of the air. We are going to strike. So we know that he plans on doing that tomorrow, some day of the sun or whatever kind of event for them. But he says, Donald Trump says, do it. And before you pull the trigger, we're going to pull our trigger, if you will. So things could get nasty as of tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe nothing will happen, but maybe Donald Trump will be good to his promise and strike that down, or maybe North Korea won't set it off at all. But I have to say, I think he's shaking in his boots. Kim Jong-Un is a lot of talk. And look, here's the thing. A lot of people think North Korea is not a serious threat. Maybe, but here's what I want to say. Look, they've been threatening to nuke us for a very long time. And when some psychopathic idiot like Kim Jong-un says stuff like that, I think we need to take that seriously as a country. Evidently, USA, Japan, and China are all taken seriously. Now, here's the other thing. People say, oh, China's gonna turn and help North Korea. Honestly, I don't think that's going to happen. My personal opinion on that. Why do I think that? Well, because we are economic power for them, if you will, because even though they own so much of our debt, but they love money. They're money hungry. They've got a taste of that over the past couple of years. They own, if you will, a lot of our debt here in America. And if you go to your home and look at some of your products, chances are 40, 50, at least 50% are probably made in China. Well, I'm sure Donald Trump might be cutting some kind of deal and saying, if you're not with us, then we're cutting that production, which that could have China's, economically speaking, shaking in their boots. So I don't know if he's made that play or not, but it's obviously a play that he could make in the future, or is making that, I don't know. But I think China is getting serious about the threat of North Korea. I think North Korea is likely ready to pop at some angle, and tomorrow something could go down or not. Needless to say, we know he made a big old fuss about yesterday, and it was all due to a skyscraper. Anyhow, wanted to bring you the latest on all of that. Also, if you're not prepared with gold and silver or precious metals, anything of that nature, you need to get prepared with that. Look, I've brought my gold and silver on my channel plenty of times. I was thinking about going and grabbing it, but make sure you have that on hand. Look, we don't know which way the economic cookie is going to crumble, to be honest. It could go inflation, it could go deflation, and look, if you have gold and silver, it's going to maintain its value a lot better. You can convert your Roth IRA, your 401ks. These are the kinds of things that would be an absolute great idea to put in gold and silver. Well, if you are not on that, you need to get on it, because look, world wars are underway. They're not to mention the tensions with Russia. Donald Trump set out a tweet the other day, and basically saying he's calming the waters with Russia. So I think the original intent with Russia and Syria and what's going on, not to mention that, you know, that's a whole nother can of worms, but I think that was to calm the waters here in America with the Democratic Party constantly saying he's a Russian agent. So I think honestly that's what that whole thing was about with Syria, Russia, Trump, and the whole enchilada, but we'll see more coming up. Anyhow, wanted to bring you the latest on that. Go to noblegold.com. I'm going to leave a link below and let him know you heard it on my channel, and he's really the only only gold company that I like and that I would use myself. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. This is Lisa Haven signing out.